Hi, welcome to Astrology for Gann Traders. My name is Olga Morales. Now today I'm going to give a quick example of how to use the 8th harmonic for both timing and price. As a matter of fact, this example comes directly from D Gann's private ephemeris. There are actually those who don't believe Gann was using the 8th harmonic to trade. Obviously they don't understand the dynamics of the 90-degree dial and the 8th harmonic. I would recommend that they study more and do some homework before they come to those conclusions. They'll actually see something very special once you start working with the 8th harmonic. So let's get started. Here is a little snippet out of D Gann's private ephemeris, and you can see this is for August 1948, and he has underlined some aspects in for that month with green pen. Now the first two up the top here for the 1st of August, you can see that's Venus semi-square, that's a 45 degrees, that's Pluto, and Mars is also semi-square Saturn. Now semi-square is actually 45 degrees, which is your 8th harmonic. So we have either a semi-square or a sesquiquadrate, which is 135, and that's when we're working with the 8th harmonic. So let's have a look at what that looks like. Remember, he had underlined Venus semi-square Pluto. You can see where Venus is here, and you can see where Pluto is across the dial. Now remembering that this dial is 90 degrees, okay? Anytime you see planets come together, that means they have to be either on a 4th harmonic, which is conjunct, square, or opposite. But when they're across the dial, because we're cutting this in half, they have to be either 45 or 135 degrees apart. So that's where the 8th harmonic comes into, across the dial. So you can see the Venus and Pluto come in as 45. Okay, but at the same time, Venus was conjunct Uranus, and Uranus is also semi-square to Pluto. Okay, and the other aspect he's highlighting was the Mars semi-square Saturn. Then see, Mars is across the dial from Saturn exactly on that point, actually only a degree away from a conjunction to Neptune, but also coming to the midpoint of all these planets as well. So that's a lot of 8th harmonic and 4th harmonic energy. So this is what using the dial, you have an advantage of seeing hard aspects. Hard aspects usually are the ones that actually create more energy, and they actually have more impact. So let's have a look at, let's have a look at what I did. Actually, I put the, this is the data for 1948, and I've actually highlighted the aspects again. Now once you convert planets into price, you see how amazing it is. This green line is Venus interacting with the blue line, and the brown line is actually coming semi-square to the Uranus Pluto. Okay, so that price links up to about 179, 180. So this is on the weekend that it happened. So you can see how price was around that level. And when you've got two outer planets forming an aspect, you can see how they actually become like a fence or a boundary that price tends to sort of hover around if you look at it properly. Now all these other aspects here, that's actually Mars semi-square Saturn at the top here. So all these horizontal lines, vertical lines, are the actual aspects on an 8th harmonic that I've plotted. Okay, the more of them you get, the more chance of a change in trend, because you've got a lot of hard aspects happening. And when you have less of them, it's like price has more freedom to move. So that's just a general, very quick view of how amazing this can be. Okay, so thank you for listening, and all my courses do talk about the 8th harmonic, but I'm actually producing one called Cosmobiology for Trading, because I get a lot of questions about how do we convert and exactly how to use midpoints, the 8th harmonic and the 90-degree dial. So that's what I'm planning at the moment, but a lot of my courses, even my intraday course, goes quite a lot into using the dial and midpoints. So anyway, thank you for listening, and see you next time.